Morning, welcome back to JC Trading. Just wanted to go through a couple of trades yesterday. There was 3 silver bullets, one in gold, one in ES and one in NQ. So I just wanted to go through them and explain how we trade the silver bullets. I think it's quite similar to how others do, but I think we've simplified it and I think it's worth a watch, worth going through. So the very first one yesterday was on NQ and we swept a range high. So this is the range high here. Now prices come up, we've swept and we've broken structures to the downside here, and then we had an extreme fair value gap. So that is our typical silver bullet entry. NQ was quite interesting yesterday though, because you had an external and an internal trade all in one. So this is obviously the external, we just run through that microstructure shift there. This one here is the internal. So this was a sweep of some internal structure here, and then we had a market structure shift just there. We had an extreme fair value gap here, and that was a secondary entry. So as you can see, both of them actually played out, but it was 2 in 1 really, the external and then the internal. So that was the first silver bullet, and that was on NQ. We had a very similar setup on ES. It actually looks a little bit cleaner on ES. So again, and we're trading this live every day in our Discord. It's a very popular strategy. The external sweep happened here. So this was the previous range high, and we obviously had a sweep. We've then had market structure shift. We've had a retracement into an extreme fair value gap, and then that one has dropped as well. So this was a bog standard external sweep structure, extreme fair value gap. And then the last one was slightly different again. This was a multi-session setup. Now, these ones are slightly more difficult to find for sort of beginners, I suppose, because you're spanning multiple sessions. It's not all happening within the same session. So if we look over here, here we had a sweep of the previous session low. So this happened to be during the London session. So the sweep occurred in London and we left an extreme fair value gap. The tagging, obviously market structure shift, happened up here from an external perspective or here from an internal perspective. And then we had a tap back in again to the extreme fair value gap in New York. And obviously that one was a winner as well. So that was one day, 3 silver bullets on 3 different instruments. But the NQ one I thought was particularly important or interesting, purely because it's showing both formats there, an external sweep and an internal sweep. Obviously the very first part of any trade is liquidity, has to be swept, and then we have to have a market structure shift. Then we have to have a retracement back into an extreme fair value gap. So that was yesterday. Hopefully we'll get some more today. If you want to find out more about how we trade the silver bullet and follow us along live, link in the bio, pop over to the Discord. Great community, lots of questions, lots of answers, lots of information. So yeah, pop over, say hello, it'd be great to see you. Thanks for watching.